Good morning, my name is Ben Phillips. I work for Michigan State Extension, and we're here today with Paul Bublitz from Paul's Produce outside of Bay City, and we're in his strawberry patch. So Paul, how long have you been growing strawberries?
About 10 years. I learned most lessons with my pocketbook. So it's been a fun adventure, but I kind of feel like I have it down, so I'm sure next year will be a complete loss.
That's what it's like in farming. So strawberries are one of Paul's passions. It's a spring crop. It's the first thing that opens the stand. It's a really encouraging crop. What we can't see behind these cameras are a bunch of U-pickers out here getting their fill. People are passionate for strawberries. So what do you love most about strawberries, being a strawberry grower?
Well, it's early money, which is nice. I grow a lot of melon, sweet corn, that world of summer vegetables, and then I have a big pumpkin yard in the fall. So I haven't made any money in 8 months. So there's nothing like strawberry demand. People wait in line. I take 60 phone calls roughly every single day. It's just a cool thing to be into,
So you get quarts up that you pick for sale, and they go like hotcakes. And then you also have U-pickers that come in and pick their own. Yeah. Do you like that diversity of marketing?
Well, I like the idea that kids learn that strawberries don't come in clamshell containers. U-pick has its own struggles and challenges. Any farmer knows that when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into things, these are my babies,
You'd mentioned a couple of things there that people might not know about strawberries, in particular about the timing, how many years out from planting. Is there anything else that you think most people don't know about strawberries that they would find interesting, or anything like that?
What I planted this spring, I don't pick any. So your strawberries you plant, the first year you get nothing. Mm-hmm. The next year you get a decent picking. I feel like the third year of the plant, but the second year of picking is your big picking. And then the fourth year is similar to your first year. So you're always 2 years really away, unless you're always planning and working up strawberries about having more or a different kind of crop or a different variety. And that's another thing. There's several different varieties of strawberries. Not every strawberry gets ripe at the same time. You don't plant a whole bunch of early strawberries because they flower a lot earlier. So if you have a whole bunch of, let's say you had half your production in early flowering things and we get a late frost, wow, you just lost half your money,
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of plant, some early ones, and you play around with varieties, what work best on your farm. And then you plant a lot of mid-season variety, and then you plant some later strawberries that should get you into July. So a good strawberry season can last 6 weeks. Sometimes they're only as short as 2 weeks.
So how many strawberries varieties do you grow here, Paul?
I think I have 8 different varieties now. So
8 varieties. And do you have a favorite?
Everyone's favorite strawberry to buy is Jewel. It is the most picture perfect, nice bright red, nice yellow seeds. It's just got the picture perfect look of what you think a strawberry would look like. Each variety has a different flavor. If you walked all the way across them and tried each strawberry, you would think that, wow, it's still a strawberry, but it's like, wow, this one tastes, a little more sweet, or this one's a little more tart. So it kind of depends on what, a lot of people make the jams, like I prefer Honey Eye in a jam because it's a little more tart, it seems like. So I guess it's personal preference, which one do you like, But.
Mm-hmm. So Paul, can you pick strawberries before they're ripe and then have them ripen off the plant like you can with something like tomatoes?
A strawberry will get redder, but it will not ripen more.
So the sweetness
will not get to where it's going to be. I would say if you would pick what I would call Turner or orange berry, or maybe half ripe and half green on the other side, it'll be a lot more tart than what a fully red ripened on its own strawberry would be on the plant.
What's your favorite way to eat strawberries then?
Oh, crushed strawberries is the way for me, but
like a shortcake sort
of thing, or like
pancake?
Yeah. The cool thing about this is when people come, they tell me their recipes and stories and what they do, and and I would say the biggest seller of this is homemade strawberry jam. I mean, if you haven't had homemade strawberry jam, then that's what you got to get into. Between that and homemade, raspberry jam, those two are about the best you can get.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing is, and I don't know why I don't ever write it down. People always ask when they're making freezer jam, it would tell you how many cups of crushed fruit. So I'm not exactly sure how many, if a quart, how many cups of crushed fruit that is, but that's a question I should remember.
You get that fairly often?
Every single day. Oh. But freezer jam is, the recipe is super easy, and that is a really cool experience when people do that for the first time and come back and say how well it turned out, and
Yeah.
That's the fun thing, you know.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, no problem.